Hi guys, welcome back. Queen Osset here. Let's see, we are on session number 9 of our shadow work, and today we're going to talk a little bit, just a little bit about judgment. And we're just going to do some journal prompts. I'll give you a spread to work on. But it is something that we do need to take a look at. You know, if this is part of our journey to be honest about, okay? I'm going to check my lighting source, actually. Am I okay? All right. So, my notes about judgment. Yeah. No judgment here right now. Okay, I'm back. So, judgment. Why do we do it? You know, it's something that you want to think about. I'd like you to write about a time that you judged someone else. And then I'd also like you to think about and write about how do you think it made them feel, whether it was justifiable or not. I also want you to write down about a time, or write about a time that you felt the most judged by others. And then ask yourself, have you healed from that? And if you haven't, then perhaps you should think about ways that you can bring that healing in, how you can let go of it, what you can do. You know, judgment, it's not the same as the cards in the tarot, and yet in a way it is. A judgment is sort of like a rite of passage that we go through when we are out in the world. You see, hopefully many of you grew up in a household or around family or tribe or society where you were fully supported in everything that you wanted to do. So you didn't feel or fear being judged. And then when you stepped out into the world, that's probably when you experienced your first touch of being judged. Let's say at home or in school, you know, with your group, your clique. You were the perfect child, perfect son, perfect daughter, very artistic, smart, etc., etc., etc. All of that. And then you go someplace, or you're around another group of people, and they dispel all of that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use myself. I'm going to tell you a little story. So, I am a seamstress. I'm a fashion designer. And clothing and fabric and beauty, all of those things matter to me. But when I was growing up, I was groomed to become a doctor. And I went away to college and I took pre-med studies. And my first year in, I realized that that was not something that I liked. And I endured it for a second year. And at the second year, I told my parents that I did not want to become a doctor, but I wanted to be a fashion designer. I had already applied to FIT, and I don't know what it's like now, but at that time you had to have a portfolio, you had to show some sort of talent, all of that. And I was accepted. And it meant that I would have to spend some time at home. Now, I had gone away to college, and in the meantime, my parents had moved away with the anticipation that I was not coming back home, that I was moving on with my life from there. But unfortunately, circumstances warranted me coming back home. Well, needless to say that my return to the family abode was not welcomed. And so I was given a choice. And one of them was to join the army. I was told that I would not make any money as a fashion designer. Now, mind you, I had been sewing and creating for many years up until that time. But I was told by my father that I would not make any money as a clothing designer. My other option was not feasible for me to exercise at the time, meaning my father was willing to put me out on the street. So the next time I was truly judged in regards to something that I truly appreciated, I was married. I have an ex-husband. This was decades ago. And again, it's centered around my creativity. That was one time he made a comment, to tear me down. And then a third time, I was with someone. I had prepared for a fashion show, and I was getting ready for the event. And he said to me, "What makes you think that they are going to like your creations?" And I really felt so heinously judged that it ruined my night. The show was a success, but it ruined my night. And shortly after that, I lived small. I created small. And when I say I created small, I never took the chance to step out. I allowed myself to go in another direction, do other things. Now, many of you know that I'm an Orisha. So that means I'm an Orisha devotee. And this is how the universe works. One day I get a phone call from my godmother. And my godmother asked me to create the clothing for an Omo Oshun, that is a son of Oshun, to create all the clothing and the throne clothes. So let me tell you something about our garb, our spiritual garb. It takes a very special person with a certain ashe to create the clothing for priests. Priests, when you're on your journey to become a priest, you go through a ceremony. And the clothing that you wear, this particular garb, regalia that you wear, you will only wear it twice in your life. The first time when you put it on, when you're going through that ceremony to become a priest. And the second time when you are leaving this life. So that experience allowed me to reclaim, I guess, some of my love and look back on my past and, shake my head. I still process it. It's still something that's there. It's still a blockage that I work through. I'm working through, rather. It's still there. Because, of course, within your family, that's supposed to be your root. That's supposed to be the place where you feel the least judged, I guess. So, anyway, I am going to pause for a minute because I need some light. Okay, I'm back. I bought one of those mini selfie lights, so this looks pretty good. Anyway, now I do understand that sometimes we judge people because, well, we feel that they are deserving of it. Because they were rude or mean. But as I say, everyone has a story, and you don't know what a person is going through. This is something that we all do, you know. It's not pretty, but you can't be in denial of it. Okay. So you have your journal prompts. Now, I want you to think about something else as you look at judgment. Now, this is judgment from the Psychic Tarot. Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Truth. Weigh yourself, I feel, against everything. This would be, I don't know what the book says, but is this weighing your heart? Like Ma'at, the laws of Ma'at, weighing your heart against a feather. I want you to listen to these prompts, these questions, and answer these truthfully, And then I'm going to give you a spread about how the world sees you. So for judgment, what have you been ignoring that you know you need to pay attention to? What is your next step? Now, again, as I said, I don't feel this judgment is not like the judgment in the tarot, and yet it is, because you have to go through this almost rite of passage. You have to cross and get over the mountains. If you look at the judgment card in your regular tarot deck, you have to overcome something in order to be reborn, be reawakened. How best can you rejuvenate yourself? How are you at rallying others to your side? How are you being distracted? What is the purpose of the distractions? To whom or to what are you attracted? Why? What does it mean to be called? How are you yourself being called? How are you following through on that call? What might be the price of ignoring that call? So here's a spread for you. Let's see, where are my cards? And it's called, I don't know, should I give you the Fear Not or As Others See Me? Well, the fear not, because a lot of times we judge out of fear. A lot of times we judge and criticize and put other people down because they are reflecting or projecting or showing a part of themselves that, we wish we had. We're not going to criticize someone. It's rare that we criticize someone who has less than us. I want you to think about that. I mean, that would really be mean. For the most part, we're going to criticize those who seem to have more or are doing more or are better than us. And so we will probably see it as an opportunity to tear them down. I'm going to give you the spread. I'm going to speak slowly. And it's called As Others See Me. And it was inspired by Robert Burns. And this spread gives us the gift of peering into the looking glass and at last clearly seeing ourselves and the impact we have on our world. And you are going to separate your majors from your minors. Oh, sorry about that. What is that? Okay, so your first major is how you see yourself. So the question is how I see myself. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to shuffle and I will pull until I come to a major card. So, how do I see myself? And pull that card aside. Pull a card. Let's see. Did I get a major? Nope. Oh, how I see myself. That's how I see myself. Oh, God, I can't see it. Here we go. The sun. That's my birth card. I do see myself as that. Okay. Second card is how others see me. And this is your second major. How others see me. How do others see me? Let's see. This card flew out. Nope. No. For major. I'm looking for a major. How do others see me? Ace of Cups. No. Let's see. I'm going to keep pulling. Oh, okay. I think this is it. How others see me? As the Lovers? Really? You know, it is said that the man looks at the woman because he's more, you know, reaching for, desiring earthly things, and the woman looks to spirit because that's where she gets her nutrition, that's where she gets her inspiration, that's where she gets her support. So is this how others see me? Okay. The Lovers. And then what you would do for card number 3 is how to combine the two perceptions. So I see myself as, well, I fully embody who I am. The Leo card here. I want to be joyful, happy, and free. I see myself, you know, experiencing a modicum of success now. But does the world see me like this? Pious, devout, otherworldly, perhaps untouchable? Okay. So card number 3 is how to combine the perceptions. Let's see. How do I combine the energy of the Sun and the Lovers? What did I just say? Look at the Hierophant. That's how I combine the energy of the Lovers. So this is how the world sees me, huh? Hierophant. Teacher. Educator. Knowledgeable. I appreciate that. Question number 4. What will result from the combination of the Lovers and the Sun? Okay. What will result from the Lovers and the Sun? Ten of Swords. Well, I always appreciate the Ten of Swords. I do. This means that the overthinking and the worrying and all that is over and done with. Look at the background. It's all burning down. It's We can start fresh. That's what will happen. Start fresh, start over. We're finished. We're done here. We have reached the completion of all that work and everything that I've built, and all of that is done. Okay? And the light side of the combination. Good, because after that Ten of Swords, I need something a little bit more, oh, I don't know, uplifting. What do you think? Okay, the light side of the combination. There we are. Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Self-sufficient. Yes. Able to stand on my own 2 feet. Making my way. Feeling good for my accomplishments. Yes, that is true. Okay. And 6, the shadow side of this combination. See, the shadow side of this combination of the Sun and the Lovers. How could they have a shadow side? I would think the shadow side would be the Ten of Swords. But let's see what the shadow side is of this combination. Ace of Swords. Is that a shadow side? You know, I know that this Ace of Swords is victory and truth and clarity. But perhaps it might indicate bitterness, coldness, no warmth, iciness. You know, I go from the warmth of the Sun and even the warmth of the Lovers to becoming icy. Okay. Oh, and card number 7 is the gift of the combination. Well, I do feel like it's a gift. Whatever it gives me, whatever card comes up is the gift combination. So the gift of the combination of the Sun and the Lovers card. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Ace of Pentacles. Yes. A new start, fresh, in a tangible way. You know, it's, my goodness, the Ace of Pentacles is, that is the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, it is. My goodness, it's the beginning of something new, starting fresh. I did say that with the Ten of Swords, right? Remember what I said about the Ten of Swords? That it's finished, it's done. You have the opportunity to begin again. Yes, I have the opportunity to begin again. It's finished, it's over, right? You know, whatever that was going on before, it's dead. It's done. So how the world sees me, I am no longer that person that, or maybe I don't know. I'll let you tell me. Those of you who know me, look at that. Ace of Pentacles. I can walk through that threshold. I can rebuild. I can rebuild something tangible, real, something to leave behind. I love it. So that wraps up session number, oh my goodness. Oh, I don't have my book. Oh, I'm sorry. Session number 8, 9. I'm going through my notebook here. You can hear me turning pages. Turning pages. Session number 9, Judgment. I look forward to your responses. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.